I was so excited to help with this little boy's room. I had a video before, so I was kind of able to come up with ideas of what I wanted to do. But in all actuality, I got there and my mind just started going, trying to think of different ideas because it is kind of hard to see what you have from a video, and it's better to actually feel everything, at least in my opinion. So, luckily, they had a ton of different containers, storage bins, fun little play storage containers, which was great. And so they could be pretty functional if they needed to be. But basically, what I did is that I just said that we should both start sorting things. And so my goal was to empty a container so that then I could put stuff back into it. That is how it was organized. And here we are just kind of talking through it, I was trying to give her my idea of what I have going for this. I saw this bin in the closet, and that was the bin that I knew I wanted to use first because as I was moving things around, I was kind of already noticing what he had a lot of and the different categories that he had. So basically, what I was doing, I was creating piles of my own, but if it was something that I thought that maybe she might want to touch and feel and see if he actually uses it and just hold it in her hands, then I would pass it to her. And especially if I didn't know what it was, like if it was a Lego piece, some of these Lego pieces are so crazy these days. It is so cool. They don't even look like Lego pieces, they seem so like a different toy because they just seem so put together. I don't know if the little boy already made them or what, but I did notice that he had quite a bit of Nerf products, so I ended up just putting all his Nerf stuff into this big plastic container in the closet. And then there was also a container that we found that all of the little styrofoam foam little bullets could go into. And so we put those in there. We also found a little case that he likes to carry that stuff in. But after a little bit of trial and error, we realized that it's kind of hard to open and it might not be the most functional to just throw them into. And so I'm all about functionality when it comes to organization because I want it to be able to stick. I want it to be easy to put something there. I don't want, especially a little boy, to have to work for it. But I mean, I don't want to have to work for my own organization either. So it worked out great. And then we moved on to just keep on sorting, and some different bigger pieces went into his closet. This is the same lady that I worked with in the kitchen, and she was so great. She was ready for this. She had such a positive mindset about it and was ready to tackle all this. She knew the benefits that it would bring, and so she was really, really helpful because I definitely could not have done this on my own. I mean, she knows what he plays with, and I have no idea. And I don't just want to go into someone's home and just throw away stuff because I want to keep what they actually use. Because the goal of decluttering is not to get rid of everything and to have as little things as possible, is to keep what you really want. At least that's the goal that I tell myself, and that I want to have. So if something I enjoy is potentially being decluttered, then and I actually use it, then I'm going to keep it. And I want to instill that same thoughts into those just to make it a little less daunting to declutter, because if it's something they want to play with, I want them to keep it because they clearly enjoy it. So during this process, it was definitely a moving items around a little bit. We tried to minimize that as much as possible. So once some containers started opening up, that was really great. But the bigger toys, we kind of put together all the Legos. He already had bins. And so we were able just to put them in smaller containers in the area that we were working in and then dump them all into the big container, which was great. This bin that I'm going through now, the gray bin with the little gray container on top, that one comes off. But basically, I was going through this and organizing everything with the cars, the toys, the Transformers, or the Legos, not the toys, they're all toys, but the cars, the Transformers, the Legos, and separating all those out because she decided that this is a bin that she was willing to get rid of and get it out of his room. There's one empty drawer over there, making some progress. As we were doing this, we were always talking through things, trying to figure out the best way that would work for the little boy. So we were always trying to keep him in mind and make sure that we kept all his favorite things and put it in a good place for him. This bin is what I decided to make the Transformer bin because she said that he had quite a bit of Transformers, so I thought it was perfect because right now it was kind of a catch-all, so it ended up working out great for his Transformers. I was honestly not the best at picking out the Transformers compared to just normal cars because they have gotten so good these days. They barely even look like Transformers sometimes, so she definitely had to help me in that area. So this was the final product that we had before we brought the little boy in to go through some of the stuff with us because we definitely wanted to involve him in this process. And we asked him what are some of the toys that he would be willing to give to others for others that would like to play with these toys. And he did so good. We were both thoroughly impressed with him giving things away so well. And he definitely kept the ones that he wanted, which is perfect because that's what we want. We want him to keep what he still loves to play with. And this was that empty drawer before he went through his stuff, but we did end up filling it with a few little different things. So this was the before again. And then this was the after. He literally came in and was so happy. The smile on his face was just priceless. We both loved it so much, and he just wanted to sit on his bed so much. And of course, he got out a few toys to play with on his bed. It was so cute. And we kind of showed him where everything was, which was perfect.